Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Connor Field as your 3-2 Loyola Blakefield Dons take on the 6-0 Mount St. Joseph Gales in their first MIAA conference matchup of this year. After a thrilling triple overtime win versus the Western Reserve Academy just last Tuesday, the Dons look to start off strong in conference play tonight with a win. Hello, everyone. I'm George Schaefer, joined in the press box by Cole Cross. And Cole, what do you think the key to success regarding conference play is this year?
I mean, we talked to Coach Ubriaco a bit before the game, and I mean, he intentionally scheduled a bit harder teams, a bit of a tougher schedule during this preseason to prepare the team specifically for conference play. So, I mean, one of the teams Loyola played was actually Hill Academy up in Ontario, Canada. They're the #1 team in Canada, and they actually only lost that game by a few goals, and they played really well. And honestly, I'd say just do the same thing you did against Hill Academy, right? Control your pace when shooting. Don't just take every shot you see. Actually take your time and take high quality shots that you know will go in. And I mean that's really it. It's just control the pace, be effective on defense, and just play well.
All right, so as the two teams get set, the MSJ Gales in all purple and the Loyola Dons in yellow on gold, wearing their alternate helmets. Facing off for Loyola is number 18, Nico Madden. And for the MSJ Gales, facing off number 29, Garrett Conley. And we are underway. Conley wins the face-off. And a missed shot as we are now down to our first 10 seconds. So, Cole, I know Coach Ubriaco has been really kind of concerned about the offense just a little bit lately, especially after the Hill Academy and Haverford. So, I mean, tonight is kind of where they can prove themselves, especially because they have a ton of tough MIA games coming up. So Shane Elliott now up top, the attackman, committed to Fairfield.
I mean, yeah, as you were saying, I mean, the Dons, if they play well, I mean, start their season off strong, they'll have good momentum heading into the regular season, and this is where it really matters, you know? Like, those games earlier, those really don't affect anything when it comes to the actual MIAA season. They were just scrimmages, and they were hard ones at that.
All right, shot clock down to 10 seconds. A few dodges haven't gone. Shane Elliott's going to have to rip it from outside. Nothing going as it was off the left side, and MSJ will start the clear. MSJ going to try and push in transition. Matt Burnham. Nothing the Dons are able to do to prevent it this time, so MSJ will take over with Corey Myers.
Now, that's where the Dons really have to pick up their defensive game. I mean, you had two guys on him. Mason Hill, #2, was right on him, but he just got right through like nothing.
They'll try their hand at a few dodges. Myers is going to work it. They're going to try and swing to X. Good pressure by Brady Nicholas. Myers is forced way out of this restraining box. He's getting a lot of pressure there from short stick defensive midi Jack Schoenwetter, committed to Marquette University. A quick scrum leaves MSJ. They're going to have a huge advantage now coming out of it. Or sorry, Loyola will get the ball. Fast break. Here comes Brady Nicholas. From outside, and nothing going for them. Here goes Berman around the side, and he scores! There's one for Loyola. Matt Berman, the Towson commit, puts Loyola up by 1 with 9:22 left to go in the first quarter.
And don't gloss over #6 Brady Nicholas there either. I mean, he was that long pole that just completely avoided the defender, just held his stick out to his left side, and the defender could not do anything against him, and that's really tough when you have such a large pole.
Second face-off of the night comes very soon in the game. This time, Loyola will win. It'll be Madden. Now here's Berman, the goal scorer. Gonna try and swing it to X, just to see if he can find Mason Hill down below. Instead, he's gonna look up top and find Mason Cook. They're just gonna swing it around. Shot clock now under 50. Hill from the bottom left. He'll flip it to Cook. Now Shane Elliott. Elliott cuts inside. Back out to Hill. And there's another! Just 1 minute later, a second goal will come from Ty Bleach, number 22.
I mean, starting off strong here for the Dons. Not even 4 minutes into this game, they're already up by 2.
So the assist comes from Mason Hill, who was committed to Lafayette College. So Madden will go to the face-off line again, facing Conley. Flipped out from other, and it'll be picked up by Peter Lake.
Peter Lake, now there's a name you'll recognize, even if you're watching from MSJ. When DeMar Hamlin went down.
So Lake's going to push it in transition. And Bennett Wright's not able to get it over. So it'll be a turnover, MSJ ball. So MSJ wins it out. And it looks like Loyola is going to do their 3-3 ride. This one's picked away. There's Peter Lake, loses his stick. And the ball goes back to MSJ. Owen Craney works it down to Maddox Walton. They're going to swing it around. They still have 70 seconds left to put it in the back of the net. So with 7:30 left to go, we have a 2-0 game early in the first quarter. Loyola just wants to get as many early goals as they can so that they can settle down for the rest of it. Good pressure coming from Liam Powell. Swings it back. Up top, and you have Myers again. So you see MSJ is just trying to get outside looks. They're not doing a lot of dodging. As this one will be cleared away and picked up, but there's going to be a loose ball push called on Loyola. MSJ ball, and it will start with Aiden Addison, the senior. So 6:30 left to go in the first quarter. Dons 2, Gales nothing.
I mean, like you were saying, that's MSJ keeping it outside, really just looking for the optimal shot and not just going for everything available is really what I think the Dons have been struggling with recently, especially against Hill Academy earlier this season. The Dons, towards the end of that game, just kept going for every shot. They weren't really taking their time with their possessions when they had plenty of it.
So Lake Rush. Loyola making a few sub changes that they start to ease into the second half of this first quarter, getting a little bit more comfortable on offense. And you can tell the way they let some of these shots go. So Jack Kepner will take it out of the back. Here goes Mason Hill from around the top. Top top right corner. There's number 1 for Hill tonight. He has an assist, but there's number 3 for Loyola with 5:30. 5:30 left in the first quarter. So here comes Madden and Conley back out to the faceoff line for the 4th time tonight, and we were only a few minutes into this game.
I mean, MSJ really has to pick up their game here in the first quarter. If you let the Dons take this away this early in the game, I mean, that's just going to lower team morale.
It's going to be Loyola ball after a faceoff violation. Is going to be picked up by Peter Lake. And actually, he'll let it go for Owen Dixon, the UNC commit. He scored a buzzer beater to send the game into overtime against Western Reserve. And then in triple overtime, he scored the game winner against the Ohio powerhouse, Western Reserve.
I mean, that was a great goal to watch. I mean, there were 0.6 seconds left on that clock when he scored.
Hill, pushing in similar fashion as he did last time. Dixon fires, and it's right into the goalkeeper's stick. Stick side high for Owen Dixon, and nothing will go for him.
See, again, that's what I'm saying. I mean, that was a high shot, and the goalie was looking right at him. You have to keep working that around and find a better shot to take.
Yeah, with the way the offense is going, they're taking a lot of shots. You can expect it to be a very high-scoring game. MSJ, they may have only taken like 1 this entire game. Student section is really starting to fill up now. It was a golden theme tonight, and it fits the Loyola Dons in their alternate golden helmets rather than the blue ones. MSJ is going to try a dodge. This time it's Alex Clyde. They'll work it back around. Another dodge attempt, and a shot goes wide. That was number 26, Danny McGuire, the senior. MSJ is trying to get a little bit more aggressive because they can see they have to start catching up. Really good dodge, and this one goes off the crossbar. They're lucky. And MSJ's barely able to hang on to it. And they'll have to settle down before trying anything like that again. 50 seconds left on this reset shot clock.
They're doing great at keeping possession, though.
Another shot goes off the left. No angle for number 36, Reed Herbert, the sophomore. So now we have 3 minutes left to go. It's 3-0 Dons. Loyola almost looked like they were down a man, and that's because we had a short stick defensive midi, Brendan Bateman, jump a little bit on that pass, and it took him a while to get back into the hole. They're going to try and set a screen, but he goes the opposite direction. Works it back out. There's a yard sale for Brady Nicholas. And a flag is thrown on Mount St. Joseph. We're going to get a slash as soon as this ball is picked up by MSJ. So Loyola will go man up for the first time tonight.
It did take Loyola a while to gain possession back, though. I mean, MSJ had possession for, was it like 2 minutes of that game, possibly more. They just have to keep getting those shots in, though. They can't wait that long. I mean, I've talked about having to take more time, and I've talked about having to speed things up. You kind of have to find that balance between the two. Can't wait too long, but can't take every shot either.
This is going to be a tech on number 10, Alex Clyde. So Loyola will go man up for 30 seconds. By the time they're done, we will be under 2 minutes left to go. Loyola just going to swing it around and wait for the open look. No need to dodge in this situation. It's going to come eventually. And there it is. Owen Dixon racks up his second of the night with the flag thrown after the play. And it might be unsportsmanlike. We don't see exactly what happened there. And I didn't see any contact. But we will be receiving the call shortly. So number 2 for Owen Dixon tonight. And it puts Loyola up 4-0 with 2:04 left to go in the first. So the penalty on Clyde is released.
And Loyola up 4-0 already. They haven't been up by this much since against St. Stephen's on March 7th of this year.
So we've received information that's going to be an unsportsmanlike on Owen Dixon. So Mason Cook gets an assist. So Owen Dixon will have his unsportsmanlike penalty. That'll be 1 minute. So MSJ, this is a great opportunity for them to put one in. You really don't want to waste time, because by the time that man-up possession is over, they're only going to have a few seconds left on the shot clock to work with, as we are now faced with 1 minute and 30 seconds left to go. But here's a man-up goal for Mount St. Joe. Number 8, Maddox Walton puts the Gales on the board and cuts the deficit down to 3. They were definitely able to take advantage of that mistake by Owen Dixon, which you absolutely can't have. So the penalty is not released, and there are still 31 seconds left to go on that penalty. But we're nearing the end of the third quarter with 1:35 left to go. Loyola 4, MSJ 1. And they're not going to actually call the face-off yet in MSJ's favor. Now they will, as Corey Myers is able to pick it up. And the play is whistled dead. Timeout called by Mount St. Joseph.
I mean, that goal back there for MSJ, that's just keep doing that. Do that again.
If they can force penalties like that, I mean, I know they got a lucky break with the sportsmanlike conduct, but if they can start forcing penalties like on this next possession here, then they'll be able to score with the man up, but they have been unsuccessful really in even play. So 13 seconds left to go on Owen Dixon's penalty until that will be released. 1:17 left to go in the first period. Loyola Dons 4 on the Mount St. Joseph Gales 1.
You can really see the Dons slowing it down a bit as well, and MSJ speeding it up, trying to get more matched here.
So we will see, I'm not sure, it's not going to be Owen Dixon released. Most likely, though, you'll have one of the LSMs. So it does cost them with that mistake, but see, we're not exactly sure what the penalty was on. It must have been something that he said after the goal. But it's going to be MSJ ball coming out of the bottom. It will be number 40, Owen Cooper, the junior, that starts it off. They're just going to swing it around for 10 more seconds. See if they can punch in another in these final 5 seconds of man-up possession. And they will not be able to, as this one's going to be run out by Cooper. But we are now all even. We have an SSD on the field. That's number 24, Jack Schoenwetter, Marquette commit, along with Brady Nicholas. Actually, Marquette's been doing a better job of building up a lacrosse program.
I wish I could say the same for basketball, but
So they'll clear it back out to right. He'll find Peter Lake wide open on the left side. They're going to push in transition with 30 seconds left to go. Lake has a lot of space. Flag is down. So Loyola will be man up. This one's going to be picked up. The unfortunate thing is now, if this is a 1-minute penalty, they're only going to have 20 seconds to work with because the penalty will be releasable.
MSJ down but not out, though. I mean, their goal they scored earlier was also in a man-down situation.
So MSJ is 6-0, but their schedule is very different compared to some of the other schools in their league. And if they don't pick it up and start playing a little bit cleaner, then it's going to be Loyola could very well be that school to hand them their first loss of the season. So with 21 seconds left, it's going to be a 30-second penalty on Maddox Walton, the goal scorer for MSJ. I think he probably hacked Lake before he crossed the line, and it'll be a costly mistake because Loyola is now able to try and force another one in with 10 seconds left. It's Dixon, swings it over to Hill. Back to Dayson now, it's with Mason Cook. 1 second left, they're just going to let it go into the second quarter. So with that, the first quarter comes to a close. The Loyola Dons 4 and the Mount St. Joseph Gales 1. So we are back with some more second quarter action. The Dons had a really good start to their first. The sides are switched. So it'll start off with Mason Hill. And here's Owen Dixon. He's playing on the left side, which is inverse to the two goals he scored from the right wing. Mason Cook's going to swing it back around to X, looking for help, and Dixon is there.
I mean, what you're
try
saying.
a lefty dodge, not able to. And a shot clock violation will give MSJ the ball.
I mean, what you're saying, though, Owen Dixon scoring 2 goals opposite of where he plays, that could just be a result of how much the Dons love that X position.
I think maybe now he's playing opposite. But, I mean, I think he's righty, so I think those 2 goals were on his strong hand. But now you see, because the reason I believe that is the way he cut back at X. He didn't try and do a strong dodge from the bottom with his left. We'll see if MSJ can put another in the back. They haven't been able to unless they haven't even really taken many shots unless they've been man up. As this one will go. John Spears, the senior, cuts Loyola's deficit in half. It is now 4-2, 10:30 left to go in the half.
Loyola is going on a bit of a scoring drought here, and they have to end it now. I mean, MSJ really starting to pick up that aggression. And Loyola slowed it down, I think, too much.
So Madden and Conley will go at it again. Loyola will win it off of a violation. Mason Cook will pick it up. Peter Lake will sub off. The long stick midi junior. So Cook's just going to wait until he can get some more bodies out of the box. And it'll be Shane Elliott and Owen Dixon who are there for him. Elliott making a strong dodge. And there's his first of the night. Coming right out of the box. 5-2 Loyola.
Loyola 5, Mount St. Joe 2. Shane Elliott unassisted.
I mean, there the Dons go. Like, just, like, right after I said, I mean, that's like reverse commentator's curse right there.
It was, because right after I said MSJ wasn't taking any shots. There we go.
I think it was because of me saying the Dons have to speed up, but...
So it'll now be Madden and Conley again, probably for the 6th or 7th time tonight. Really kind of 8th. It's been pretty fast-paced, but MSJ starting to dip their toe in the water a little bit, so Loyola's going to have to watch out. After they put up their 3, it started to slow down just a little bit, though, like you said, Cole. And they've been kind of going even with MSJ. So they'll have to see if they can get a good possession. Here goes Elliott's going to try the same dodge as he did last time. See if he can go 2 for 2. He's just going to reroute it and go back to Dixon. Now Mason Hill. Swinging up top to Mason Cook. Cook works it back. Elliott swings it around to Owen Dixon. He'll try a dodge from his strong hand. This one goes over the top. It's going to be run out. So Loyola will maintain possession. That was Matt Burnham. He has a goal tonight. He's committed to the University of Towson. Burnham gets a pick. He gets 2, actually. He'll just swing it back around to Mason Cook. And there's 1 for Cook. They bring the deficit back up to 4, and Loyola is going on a scoring run with 9 minutes left to go in the half. You could see on the bottom of the field how they just kept sending pick after pick after pick, and it was a different person each time. They just kept reversing the roles.
I mean, Coach Ubiako's plan during the preseason is really starting to pay off. I mean, the Dons are prepared for this regular season. I mean, Coach Ubiako, I mean, the thing he said is just no cupcakes is what he actually told us. He scheduled intentionally hard teams so that Loyola would be battle-tested for this regular season.
So another face-off violation on Garrett Conley. It's probably his 3rd or 4th tonight, I believe. So Loyola will try and continue their second quarter scoring run. MSJ hasn't really even touched the ball that much. Trying to get a cutter. And they are almost able to. Or in fact, they are able to, but this one goes off the left bar. And a flag is going to be thrown on MSJ. A little bit of tension in the back left. Because there was a big scrum in the middle. They were finally able to find one Dodger. And that was number 9, Charlie Wiseman. But he was not able to score.
Number 7, John Spears for MSJ. Has some great defense. They're a little too aggressive, though.
So I think we're probably going to get a push in the back, and we will. Andrew Jenkins, the senior, will give the Loyola Dons an entire minute of man-up possession. And it's going to start with number 45, Bennett Cook, brother of Mason Cook. So Mason Cook over to Owen Dixon. Cook playing from up top. He'll swing it over to Mason Hill. They're just going to keep looking for the... There's another for Mason Cook. Just as I was about to say, they're looking for that open shot. And the penalty is released not even halfway in. So Loyola continues their scoring run. It is now 7-2, just under 8 minutes left to go in the half. So Loyola goes up by 5, and they're striking fast each time. I really didn't think that the MSJ defenders were expecting him to rip that shot from almost 15 yards out, but he did. So another one face-off. This is now not going to be an actual violation. It's just going to be a one face-off by Madden. He's going to push it. He's doing a really good job of escaping Conley. Almost forced over the line, but that's a really good job by Burnham of staying up on his feet. And we will give you a notice. We are having some technical difficulties with our camera, so if you will bear with us for a few seconds as we're able to get it recalibrated. Shane Elliott will keep it from up top.
I think a lot of the Dons are really effective at just staying on their feet, like you were saying. Like a lot of people on that team is really good at taking hits and staying up.
Here goes Dixon from his strong hand. Swings it around to Mason Hill, up to Mason Cook. He just scored. They'll work it back up top to Dixon. He wants the shot. He will not go, but Mason Cook will have it over the top of the goalie. It's going to be picked up by Hill. Hill from X. Able to keep away. Now they're just playing keep away, even though they're not man up. So Owen Dixon gonna dodge from up top. Able to give himself some space. And Burnham not able to hang on to it. As Loyola will lose it, possession. And a good check there by Hill, able to get it back after Burnham's drop pass. Sorry, not able to get it back. So MSJ is going to really just want to slow it down and try and work a possession of their own and see maybe if they can shift the momentum just a little bit.
Not only good check by Mason Hill, though, good job at staying on his side as well. Able to keep his feet behind that 50-yard line so he doesn't get called for offsides.
A yard sale there for Brady Nicholas. And the Dons will push in transition. Nicholas is going to stay on offense. He's actually open up top. And a scrum by the goalkeeper will result in a Matt Burnham goal. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I think the goalie dropped a pass, and Matt Burnham was able to pick it up, make up for that drop pass, and put the Dons up by 6 with 5:30 left to go in the half. And really, you can credit Brady Nicholas for that, too. Just able to get the yard sale and push it in transition. It was really, really fast. They did not have possession for that long.
I mean, Brady Nicholas, no goals or assists, but he's had, he's been playing great, even without the goals or assists. He played great defense earlier in this game, great defense just now.
And we apologize, we are having some technical difficulties, but there is another goal for Loyola as they go up by 7 just 15 seconds after their last one. And the crowd is definitely feeling it as we are now 5 minutes away from the half. Good news, though, for you. We will not see any more issues with the camera tonight. So we have a different face-off specialist going out now. And it's number 40, Kyle Powell. So Peter Lake has the ball on offense. He's going to try and sub off as soon as he can. So here goes Matt Burnham. See if they can reach double digits before the half. But this first half has definitely been all Loyola Blakefield. And it's really a credit to their good ball movement. And the dodging from X. As there's another! First of the night for number 8, Luke Rush. So the Dons do get their double digits, and now they go up by 8 with 4:30 left to go.
Now, this is where I might have to admit that I was wrong, or I kept saying the Dons have to slow it down, but no, they've been doing great at this fast-paced aggression.
Yeah, if they can just carry this momentum into the half, they'll see a lot of second-half success. And a timeout's going to be called by MSJ as they obviously need to stop the Loyola's 6-goal run. So with that, we will actually take you to a quick break. So now we are back on. So the face-off specialist that came in earlier, Powell, will probably ride out maybe the rest of the game, as you know, Madden did his job. But we only have 4:30 left to go. Gill's out of timeouts for the half. The Dons still have 2, and they probably won't be using them. So it's 10-2. And of course, MSJ are keeping Conley in as Powell pushing it from the 1 face-off. And the play is whistled down just as we had number 35, Liam Powell, take over the Delaware commit. So now Loyola will call a timeout with 4 minutes and 30 seconds, not just 7 seconds in. I think they're probably going to try and draw something up. Although I'm not sure really why they called a timeout so soon, as they just had talked to their players, a little bit ago. It was just really 10 seconds. So, and they're up by 8, so not exactly sure, but we'll see. Maybe they're just drawing something up as a strategy to just run it up before halftime and ease into the second half. But, we've seen a lot of really fast-paced ball movement from Loyola. On the MSJ side, it's really just been about slowing things down. But they've slowed it down so much, it's just pass after pass after pass. One of them makes a mistake, and Loyola's able to take over.
I mean, yeah, MSJ just has to speed their game up a lot going into the second half. And that's probably what they'll talk to their players about in halftime as well. And probably during this timeout.
So we are 4 minutes and 30 seconds away from halftime. So Owen Dixon will pick up the ball to start Loyola's possession. Elliott from up top. Swing it down to Hill. Back up top to Elliott. They'll go to X. It's going to be Dixon. They're just going to keep working it around. They're not even man up, but they're just using a simple strategy to try and put the ball in the back of the net. We can kind of tell what Ubriaco was talking to them about when he called the timeout. Dixon climbed up just to get that from Elliott. And he's all the way back, way outside the restraining box. This has been so far about a 30-second possession. They only have 30 left to go on their shot clock. Elliott's going to get the long pass up top, and he'll go. Finds Cook. He has some room. Now they'll do it with Dixon. The same exact thing. Dixon rips and he scores! Number 11. 9-goal deficit. And they've scored 7 in a row without any Mount St. Joseph response. So the timeout comes in handy for Owen Dixon. 3:35 left to go in the half. Don's 11 and the Gales 2.
And that was actually a hat trick for Owen Dixon as well.
So a lot of things going the Dons' way so far in the first half. This time the faceoff's won by Conley, but it's taken away from him just as fast by Brady Nicholas, who sacrificed his body for it really too. And there's Powell. Matt Burnham has a lot of room to work with. He'll choose not to swing it to X and instead work it up top to number 3, Jack Kepner. First time we've heard Kepner's name in a while. Burnham's just, you see they're doing the exact same thing where they try and look for a dodge. Burnham's just going to wait on it. Not getting many looks so far. It's just their way to kind of work down the clock until a whistle is blown. And we will have MSJ ball. I think that's probably just Loyola's way of kind of running down the clock. They did it towards the end of the first quarter too, and it resulted in actually they drew a penalty out of it and got a man-up goal. Maybe that's what they were looking for, because when you have a ton of people dodging at once, you're bound to get a push in the back somewhere.
And that definitely could be right. And it's been working with the Dons as well. MSJ still keeping it outside, I think, more than they need to.
So actually one of our newest additions to Connor Field is now there's a scoreboard on the other side of the field so that players and coaches from the sidelines can actually see the clock. Because one of the things that was a problem was that you could see the clock from a sideways angle, but now they actually know what the score is. It's a new scoreboard on our right. There's just a lot of commotion on the field right now as flags are flying. We'll await the call from our official.
I mean, yeah, a lot of stuff has been built recently at Loyola. Connor Field itself is this is its second year in action.
So Loyola will win possession, I believe. Or no, sorry, I'm wrong. It's going to actually stay with MSJ, and they will go man up. Probably for a good chunk of the remaining half left. But they only have 1 minute and 42 seconds left to go. So there's actually going to be 3 fouls on Loyola Blakefield. So they're 2 of them are going to be technical fouls for 30 seconds, and those will be on both Jake Doran and number 22 Jack Schoenwetter, And a personal foul, although we won't see it up on our scoreboard, that's going to be a minute long. So Loyola's going to be 3 men down for 30 seconds, and then there'll just be 1 man down. This is a great opportunity because Loyola only has 3 defenders out there, and MSJ has 6 offense.
I mean, this is.
And I mean, you have to take advantage of it. At that point, there's really not much they can do to stop it. And it's a good look, too. So, the 2 penalties are released with 5 seconds left. In fact, all of them are. So, Loyola gives up 1. The lead is cut to 8 with a minute 15 left to go in our opening half. So now Madden is back out for the faceoff.
I mean, MSJ, I mean, good job in capitalizing on that, but you can't rely on stuff like that. I mean, that's not even once a game. That's like once a season that happens where you're 3 men down. They have to capitalize more on their opportunities.
So we have another
during fair
Madden.
play.
Sorry, we have another Madden Conley face-off. And this time it's going to go to Conley. He's going to try and get a quick goal. Conley shoots. Good save there for Wright. Bennett Wright committed to Mount St. Mary's. He's only led in 3 tonight, which is pretty impressive if you kind of think about it.
I mean, last year when these 2 teams played against each other, Loyola won, but it was only 10-6. They have more goals now already, and it's not even second half yet.
MSJ put a very good fight up last year. Their JV team did beat us. 7-6 which was a shocker. Not many really expected that to happen. This year, we're 1 half in. Loyola has an 8-goal lead, and they're really just going to try and ride down into half. But MSJ is looking pretty aggressive on offense, more aggressive than they have been. I think maybe that goal did something for them. But they only have 7 seconds left to go. 5 seconds, the ball's taken away. Picked up. And Loyola will go into half. Up by 8. Loyola Dons 11 and the MSJ Gales 3. We will see you in the 3rd quarter. And welcome back to some more second half action in this MIAA matchup between the Loyola Dons and the MSJ Gales. The Dons currently lead by 8. They've had a very successful first half thus far. So we'll have another Madden-Conley face-off matchup. And Madden will get the better of this one. We'll see if MSJ maybe can spark a comeback.
Remind everyone there is a concession stand located near the auxiliary scoreboard at the end of these stands.
So MSJ is just going to try and settle down, which is really what they've been doing the entire first half, and it hasn't been working out for them. See if they can speed it up with a few quick dodges. They're trying to do so now. Not able to make anything happen as a foolhardy pass will go over the head of Owen Cooper, and the ball is turned over.
I mean, Coach Reed definitely talked to his team during halftime about speeding things up, being a bit more aggressive. Because that's really the only chance MSJ has, short of the entire Dons team just forgetting what a lacrosse stick is.
So it'll start with Burnham. This Loyola first possession of the half. Move to Dixon. And there's a whistle down, though I'm not sure what for. It was an extra ball on the field. So everything will stay the same, including the shot clock, and it'll be Owen Dixon that starts with the ball. He's going to try and get it to Elliott, although he didn't have much space. Elliott beats his first man. Elliott has a lot of room. Elliott scores! Number 12! He had that all the way from the 50-yard line, the midfield line, and you just knew he was going to score the minute he beat that first guy. The momentum that he had carrying it in, and he waited until he was able to get right in front. Nobody stopped him.
I mean, I honestly don't think they could, the way he was moving down that field. I mean, unassisted, that's got to be one of the best goals you can get.
It was completely on his own. Madden's going to try and get another. Conley will get the better of this one, though.
Bit trouble scooping from MSJ.
It's actually been a problem for him all night. I've noticed that he'll win the faceoff and he'll actually lose the faceoff in the books based off of the ground balls. So Myers will start, and John Spears.
Really, I feel like that's just an easy fix. He's like staying completely upright.
Spears has a lot of room. And this is actually unbelievable. I'm not sure if that went in, although he got pushed and the ball floated over the head of Bennett Wright into the goal. I'm not sure if they're going to rule that a goal or not. They're going to talk it over. But I'm just sure Wright was not really expecting it. I don't think that's a goal, though, because MSJ is starting to drop back. So, yes, no goal. 10 minutes left to go in the third quarter. The Dons have 12 and the Gales have 3. And actually, well, this is a surprise. It has been ruled a goal, so the Gales will have their 4th of the night in strange fashion. And that is going to be a goal for John Spears. So Loyola Dons 12, Mount St. Joseph Gales 4. So 9:53 left to go, and Madden and Conley are going to go back at it. Garrett Conley. And he's actually been getting a lot of won faceoffs if you think about it. This is actually going to be a violation on Madden. His first of the night. It's really been kind of all violations on Conley so far. Here's Myers, though, to start it off. Cooper going to try and swing it to X. He was looking for Owen Crane. He couldn't find him. So now Myers will just start off slow fake pick off the flip pass, and they're going to have an... It looked like it was going to be a good dodge. So here's Myers is going to try and push it. Unable to, they'll swing it to X. To Craney. He switched over to his left, back up to Myers. Push it up top to Spears. 9 minutes left to go in the third. Spears trying to repeat what he did last time. Myers shot. And there's another goal for MSJ after some more confusion. This one bounced off the crossbar, landed on the ground, and I'm not sure who it was, but whoever it was, they were able to pick it up and just, before Bennett Wright could do anything about it, float it back in. So 2-0 goal run for MSJ, and the momentum's starting to switch just a little bit.
That was number 8, Maddox Walton, on that goal. And other Don's sporting news, I mean, like you said earlier, George, JV Don's actually lost MSJ.
Again, second year in a row this happened. So then the freshman Lacrosse Dons did beat MSJ 7-0 over on Hargan Field a few hours ago.
Yeah, good job on that, George. And also, your varsity baseball Dons are taking on John Carroll at Ripken Stadium, the home field for the Ironbirds.
That's interesting. That's all the way over in Aberdeen.
They should be wrapping that game up right about now.
So Mason Cook, unable to find his dodge. This time it's Elliott looking for his third. Loses the ball, and it will be picked up by Ben Clark. Clark catches a body, has a lot of room. And the drop pass is going to come out. Huge cost there for Aiden Shares. And the flag is down. It will be on Loyola Blakefield, I believe. We're going to get it radioed up to see what that flag was. So it's going to be a technical foul. And it will be called against Owen Dixon. So Spears will start with it. Up to Myers. John Longwell has it now. Back up to Myers. Sorry, that's not Longwell. Excuse my mistake, it's Reed Herbert. Then the ball's lost. Peter Lake chasing after it. He was able to get free for a second, but that's really good ball handling by Bennett Wright to take it back. That was a dodge by Aiden Addison. That was unable to go, although he did beat 2 defenders in the process. So pushing it in transition is Brendan Bateman, the student body president. Shane Elliott over to Cook. They're just going to keep trying to get more good looks that they have been, but they're letting it slip up just a little bit. If they can put another one in, it'll really kind of stop the little uprising of momentum. They kind of fake flipped it, but Owen Dixon does have it now. Dixon finds Cook. Oh, he's unable to hang on to it. Here's Hill. Hill to Dixon. Dixon rips! And a really wonderful save by goalie Austin Slade. That definitely should have gone in. And now Chairs will push it again. He's going to stay on offense. Down on the bottom with Craney. They're just going to keep settling down. 6:20 left to go in period 3.
MSJ has turned a blowout of the first half into a pretty evenly matched second half. I mean, if only they did this the entire game, I don't think the Dons would be leading by as much as they are.
A lot of good passes. This dodge, the shot was never going to go in the first place, in my opinion, but he was pushed even further. That was number 32, Nick Dalton, the junior. Craney from the back turns. He has no angle. He finds Dalton. And Dalton is wrapped up. Although we will have a push in the back call on number 36, Thomas Wawa, the Colgate commit. First time we really heard his name tonight. It's going to be a Lala Craney matchup from the back.
I mean, that's where you kind of got to get your quick sticks in on that goal attempt there. I mean, MSJ had it in their stick, just couldn't get it out fast enough.
Cooper's going to get his pick. Not enough space. Shot goes way over the head. He did not have really that much room to shoot. This time it's Alex Clyde. So the score remains Dons 12, Gales 5, with 5:15 left to go in the third quarter. The student section was able to bring the gong over from Hargadon. There's another good look for MSJ. There's number 6. They cut the Dons' lead in half. It was just 11-3, and now it's 12-6. The Gales really owning up this third period here. That was number 21, Tyler Supersinski. Or maybe Supersinski. So, the Gales... Supersinski. There we go. So Madden loses his face-off to Conley, and MSJ really has the momentum now. They might be able to start a little bit of a comeback here. I mean, they have already, certainly. They've cut the lead into 2. Loyola has only scored 1 this first period. MSJ has scored 3. Not exactly what you want to see if you're Coach Ubriaco.
And MSJ's held possession a lot longer than Loyola has as well.
Spears works it up to Myers, who was unable to dodge. He tried to work it in the middle to Craney. And Craney will take over from X. Gives it to Maddox Walton. We haven't heard his name in a while. Walton fires, and it's off the outside of the net. No goal. Loyola will take over. Brandon Bateman. He finds number 28, Brooks Peterson. Peterson to Burnham. Burnham's going to escape the double team and work it to X. Changes his mind, switches back. That's number 9, Jake Doran. Doran will work it to X. He finds Hill. Hill gets past Kepner. Pick and roll, they'll work it back to Kepner. Kepner going around the outside. He had a good look up top, and Burnham was just on the crease, couldn't get it done. So now Kepner will swing it over to X, Mason Hill. Hill has a lot of room to dodge from. Hill shot, and it's off the left side. The play is whistled down before. And it will be MSJ ball. I'm not sure exactly what the penalty was from, though. It could have been a Ward. But regardless, Austin Slade will take over.
The Dons really loving that X position, but I'd say they've been behind there a bit too much. They aren't working it up top enough. They're missing out on potential goal opportunities.
MSJ loses the ball. Brendan Bateman pushes it to Burnham. They have a lot of space and time to work with, although they'll choose to settle it down with Bateman up top. Hill fires, and another really good save for Slade. Although Burnham will be able to chase it out, and it will stay on this side of the field. "60 seconds on the shot clock. Burnham knows he has time. He'll float one over the field, and I believe that's Shane Elliott. Hill has a lot of room to work with. You know he wants to dodge. Elliott's going to motion Burnham over. Or sorry, he motions Hill over. And Mason Cook from X turns and fires. Nothing there for him either. No angle. And Hill will recover. So 2 minutes left to go in the third period. Loyola Dons 12 and the Mount St. Joseph Gales are left with 6. Cook lets this one get by him. And the over and back will not be called. That's thanks to Peter Lake's effort. Burnham over to Dixon. First time we've heard his name really all half. Dixon fires another missed shot. A really good save for Slade. And he's been stepping up this second half with under 2 left to go. Slade's taking command of the clear. He gives it to Danny McGuire. McGuire in a lot of trouble.
And if you're MSJ here, you really got to take advantage of this possession. The Dons have had possession for a while.
It's a really good look from McGuire to Supersinski, the goal scorer. For MSJ really looking a lot more aggressive than they have been. So now it's with Maddox Walton at X. Pushing around, this one goes off the bar. Another lucky break for Loyola. And it will remain with Mount St. Joseph. Craney's going to pick it up. He's in a bad part of town, though, down there next to the student section. So now the ball's with John Spears.
Con Glorioso, after the basketball season's finished, is now back where he's been as director of Spirit, leading the Dons Booster Club in the student section.
With a little bit over 30 seconds left to go, MSJ still looking for another goal to increase their run, and they will get it! And it's with Maddox Walton. Just over 30 seconds left, and it's now a 5-point game, which was once a 9-point game.
I mean, an MSJ comeback here is not out of the picture at all.
It's happening right now. So now Madden has been pulled again for the remainder probably of the half, possibly the game. And we will see Kyle Powell back at it. Violation on Powell, and Conley wins the faceoff. Dalton started it in the beginning, so now they're just going to settle it down. They have 19 seconds. Down to 15. Spears cuts back shots. It's off Bennett Wright. Good save for him with 7 seconds left to go in the third period. And keep in mind, MSJ still has both of their timeouts left. They could have used one a little bit earlier to try and get one in, but elected not to.
Keep in mind that MSJ, down by 5, can't just hold the ball as the quarter changes like the Dons do.
And as our third period comes to a close, the Loyola Dons 12, the Mount St. Joseph Gales 7, and we will see you in the fourth. And we are back. 12 minutes of lacrosse left to play here on Connor Field. Loyola Dons have been losing their lead. They've only scored 1 goal this entire half as Madden loses another face-off, but he will pick it up and recover. Conley was unable to get it onto their side of the field, so Loyola now has possession as a result. It's on the bottom with number 22. That is Ty Bleach. Dixon over to Mason Cook. Cook into Elliott, just subbed in. At X with Burnham. They're doing the same thing where they just look for that dodger and try and draw a foul. And they'll have that man up goal, and there it is. They will get their flag. Although I'm sure it might be on Loyola because the play stopped instantly. So, I mean, yeah, it looks like that's going to be, it's going to be on MSJ. So the strategy is, and it's worked maybe 2 out of 3 of the times they've tried it, is they just have somebody sit at X, anybody, and they will have people dodge from each side of the field, and then they just wait for somebody to get a push in the back. And you saw it there on the right side, top right. It was on Corey Myers. So now Loyola has 30 seconds of man-up time to work with, and that's how they're going to try and get their next goal. It's been pretty effective. Tonight it's had about 60% success rate. Mason Cook up top to Dixon. Give and go back to Dixon. Now it's up top with Cook again. Here's Hill. Hill was trying to get his assist. Unable to do so as number 10, Jack Gunning, missed. Ball picked up back by Gunning, and he scores! Makes up for the miss. And Loyola goes up by 6. It was just a completely disastrous clear, and Gunning was able to get a scoop and score. No goalie in the cage.
I mean, that honestly, that's just a throwaway goal from SJ. I mean, Austin Slade just wasn't paying attention, didn't get back to the cage in time. He was walking back. Didn't realize Loyola had possession.
So another face-off violation on Madden. He's getting a little bit sloppier, just by a little bit, so Dalton will take it. Get over to Myers. His penalty was released after that goal. Craney drops the ball at X, and he's unable to pick it up. Thomas Lala was, though, as well, the senior captain. They're going to work it back up to Corey Myers. Myers brings it up top. 10 minutes left to go in the game. Dons 13, Gales 7. Good look for the Gales, and they score! Owen Cooper has his first of the night. Unguarded on the crease, and it remains a 5-point game. 9:59 left to go. So 8 is beginning to be an alarming number now, because Loyola did get their goal, but that doesn't mean they got their goal off of good strategy and a lucky break off of the clear. They weren't even able to get one with their man up. So now it's getting a little bit tense because it's a 5-point game and anything goes.
10 minutes left, and MSG has to make every second of this count.
Madden loses the face-off, but flags go flying as, I mean, Conley was rocked by Brady Nicholas. He went flying and he spun around in the air. And that's an obvious penalty on Brady Nicholas, although it was good effort to get the ball back. So it will probably be a personal foul, one to possibly 2 minutes for a hit like that. So no, it will just be a 1-minute penalty on Brady Nicholas, the long stick midi.
I mean, you got to capitalize on this opportunity for MSJ. I mean, a comeback really is in the picture for you.
So MSJ is just going to try and fit one in. Cooper, the goal scorer in our most recent goal. Myers back over to Cooper. Cooper spears and is picked away. Great stick there for number 35, Liam Powell. Powell took it almost all the way to the cage himself before dumping it off to Hill, and he'll recover back. And a timeout called by the Loyola Dons because they are man down and on offense. So with this timeout, we will take you to a quick 30-second break. And we are back. 9:30 left to go in the game. Still 32 seconds left on Brady Nicholson's penalty. And he is still himself in the box for that penalty. As Owen Dixon will take over from the right sideline. When we say right, we're talking about from the goalie's perspective. So it is on your left and our left as well. But it is on Austin Slade's right. I mean, they're just going to try and find the open look now. I mean, really, there's a lot they could have done better, but so now the ball remains with Ty Bleach. I mean, there was a period for maybe 10 to 15 seconds he hadn't gotten rid of it, which a lacrosse coach really wants you to just get rid of the ball unless you're dodging, which he wasn't. So there's Hill. Tried to get it to Cook, but he was hit before the throw. Cook's able to get the ground ball. Cook puts the goal. Tried to get it through the keeper's legs. Slade was able to block it, and it's going to be run out by Burnham. So Matt Burnham, the Towson commit from X, gets a really good pick. Swinging up top. Hill. Over to Dixon, loses the ball, and is able to recover before just flicking it back as there was a shot clock violation. So, I mean, soon we could very well see MSJ get to double digits. That would be pretty concerning. So Ben Clark helping out on the clear. And a failure to advance, which means they weren't able to get into the restraining box in enough seconds, is going to be called on MSJ. So 7:50 left to go in the game. Loyola gets a lucky break and the ball back. And it will start with Shane Elliott up top.
MSJ looking to get the ball back as soon as possible, though. As that clock ticks down, those 5 goals are looking harder and harder to get to tie the game up.
Trying to get another run started. And there's a late flag thrown And I believe it'll be another one on MSJ. So Loyola could go man up again. And that's really the only reason they've scored 2 goals this half compared to MSJ's 5. They've scored 2 and they've both been man up goals. But they will not go man up this time. 7 minutes left to go. Cook up top. Gets past one, shoots! And it's a save, but another flag goes up, so Loyola could go man up this time. And the assist would have come from Ty Bleach. So MSJ will go man down. And they actually could be leading a very successful comeback. They would only be down by 3 if it weren't for their penalties. It's going to be a technical foul that's going to be holding. And it's on number 12, Aiden Chairs, the close defenseman. So Mason Cook up top. Remember, they just move it around until they can get a really good open look. And they've only been able to score this half because of stuff like that. Cook fires! And it's off the top right. Look back. And they tried it again. This time, it was with Bennett Cook, his brother. No. So, Bennett Cook, the freshman. But this one comes from Hill. Another man-up goal for Loyola. It's the only reason that they've been really kept in this quarter, in this half. So Hill will put the Dons up by 6.
I mean, Bennett Cook, really impressive being on varsity as a freshman. There's a few freshmen on varsity, but most freshmen are on Frosh, and then the ones that aren't are typically on JV. And he also said, if not for penalties, MSJ would only be losing by 3, well now 4, but you have to think about it. They also gave Loyola 2 easy goals earlier this game as well, so if not for those, they'd only be down by 2.
Bateman's able to hang on in transition. Hill works it down to Bleach. Bleach up and over to Luke Rush. Their shot cranked and it goes way over the top of the cross. It's Jack Duran. Has no goals tonight. Another shot. Good save by Slade. Nothing going there for Burnham. 5 minutes and 53 seconds left to go in the game.
Great work from Loyola, working the ball around.
Duran unable to get another successful dodge going. And MSJ doing a great job in transition. Here they go. Really good clear by the defense. Able to hang on to it after they collided through 3 different Loyola attackmen. And it's going to be John Spears with their first job of the possession. Over up top to Corey Myers. Now back to Spears. He's matched up with Duran, a short stick, so he has a lot of room to work with. Bennett Wright makes the deflection, and it goes right back. Another dodge. Back around, and the ball is loose. And it looked like maybe that was, we can't get his number right now. It was Thomas Lala got his stick into the hands of number 23, Aiden Addison. So another shot's going to get chased out by Maddox Walton. With 4 minutes left to go, the Gales have a 6-goal deficit to overcome if they want to win.
Thomas Lala, a big player during the Western Reserve win last week, but we haven't seen much of him this game.
This one's chased out by Peter Lake. He's in a 3-on-1 scenario and still comes out on top. Peter Lake in transition. Finds another open man. He wanted to wind up the shoot, swings it over to Hill. This one's Brady Nicholas. fires and it goes way over the head. He just didn't have that much control over it. But it was a great overall defensive clear. And it was really Brady Nicholas, Peter Lake, and Liam Powell. Burnham turns around, tried the behind the back Joey Spallina goal score, but he couldn't. Joey Spallina, the Syracuse freshman, who does his signature fake rollback and then goes behind the back. You could see Matt Burnham try it there, but was unable to. This one is with Dalton, now up top to Cooper. Now Cooper has Supersinski. Ball's just going to keep working around. So it was Walton back up to Supersinski. He has a lot of room if he can just turn around and work it back up top. And he does. So back up top with Reed Herbert. Herbert shot. Nothing goes for him. Cooper cranked up too close. Peter Lake loses it. Able to hang on. Peter Lake. And able to stay in bounds. Picked up by Brendan Bateman. Great effort by Peter Lake. He's been really manning these clears and doing them almost all by himself. So Owen Dixon will get it. Bateman will come off.
MSJ really slowing down their game.
So
Just
Loyola
led.
should really go. They should have dodged right then because they were subbing. So Hill is up top. Pass is picked away. Almost. It was a really good read for number 28, Justin Dietzel. So the ball's going to remain with Loyola. 2:40 left to go in this game. Loyola 14 and Mount St. Joe 8.
Mount St. Joe down by 6, but that can really be accredited to them slowing down their game. You have to remember, I mean, you may slow down your game, but that clock does not slow down with you.
I mean, with the deficit, you can't slow it down and look for looks, especially with 2 minutes left. They have to be shooting every single chance that they get. Shot first. That has to be their first really priority, where Loyola's just going to keep swinging it around until the shot clock gets to like maybe 20 seconds. They have really nothing to worry about as of now if they keep doing this. They read like they're going to shot and then they don't. But they are man up. So with that penalty expiring, now would be the time to shoot, as they are now all even. And MSJ will recover. Just a typical clock wasting maneuver as Peter Lake able to pick it up, but he loses his footing. And MSJ almost got a really lucky break there, but it was a good defensive effort overall by Peter Lake and Thomas Lala. And, you know, I mean, I feel like they keep getting these fast breaks, and then they're never able to capitalize off of them in the end. So now we're under 2 minutes left to go. And MSJ have not really cut the lead to under 5 so far. Not a really physical defense being played by Loyola. I see Cooper was unable to make it happen for a second time. So Bennett Wright will push. Lake's just not going to go this time because MSJ's kind of figured him out on the clear. Instead, they'll swing it over to number 33, Reed Shaughness. Shaughness. Let's go up top to Mason Hill. Hill's going to wait, not dodge. They'll give it over to Owen Dixon. Dixon dodges, but he got a little bit too physical with Dalton, so he couldn't. He'll just carry it to X. We are now 45 seconds away from the buzzer and 30 seconds away from the shot clock. So they'll just hang on to it. This game is definitely done. So Dixon's just going to stand with it until Dalton presses him out. Dixon beats Dalton, gets the flag.
We've seen a lot of great play from Loyola this game. I mean, Owen Dixon, the hat trick.
I mean,
Mason Cook with 2 goals. But, I mean, I think the unsung hero of this game might be Brady Nicholas. He's been great on defense and on offense.
you can definitely tell, though, the difference between the first half and the second half. The first half ended with a score of 11-3, and the overall score 14-8. They only scored 3 in the second half, and compared to their 11 in the first half. So it definitely slowed down. But since MSJ picked up the ball with 10 seconds left, Loyola will be man up for the rest of the game, although I don't think they'll be taking any shots with it, as this was a technical foul on Dalton. Nick Dalton, the junior. So Hill will have it, and they'll just wait for the clock to expire. 1 second, and there's the buzzer. And with that, the Loyola Dons go 1-0 in conference play and hand the Gales their first loss of the season. So your Loyola Dons will end with 14, and the Gales will end with 8. Thank you, everybody, for watching this presentation of Loyola Sports Network. I'm George Schaefer.
I'm Cole Cross.
We will see you next Tuesday.